Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Wormpal, the coach of the Stavanger Vikingvolts, and welcome to Season 1, Week 1 of the Universal Draft Network. For our first battle, we are playing against Alex, aka Retro Rising, aka the coach of the Universal Umbreon. So go check out his YouTube channel, link is in the description. You can see his team on the right, very scary team. He has Tapu Koko, Cresselia, Incineroar, Cloyster, Selgor, Trevenant, Mega Aggron, Garchomp, Hawlucha, Venomoth, and Lycanroc today. Some really scary wall breakers and offensive threats like Tapu Koko and Hawlucha. Those two pair very well together. I guess most of you know why. Some very scary setup sweepers like Venomoth and Cloyster and Garchomp, and at the same time he has some incredible bulky walls like Mega Aggron and Cresselia. That's going to be really tough to deal with, but one weakness I think will be like a big win condition for me this week is that he has very bad hazard removal. I think he has 3 defoggers, which are Hawlucha, Tapu Koko, and Venomoth. All 3 of those are like offensive Pokemon, which would much rather run a offensive move than defog. So yeah, that's why Stealth Rock will be very important this match. So first mon I'm bringing Mega Diancie, Diamond Storm, Moonblast, Earth Power, Protect. This deals fairly well with everything on his team. The only thing that, his 2 main walls in Cresselia and Mega Aggron are like the only 2 Pokemon I might want to switch in on this Mega Diancie. But I have other ways to deal with Cresselia, and if I can catch Mega Aggron on the switch before Mega Evolving, Earth Power will one-shot him, and Aggron doesn't get any reliable recovery outside of rest either, so he can't really switch in on my Mega Diancie forever. So that's good. Mega Diancie hits pretty much everything else on his team very hard. Maybe one-shots most of them. I EV'd this thing to outspeed Jolly Garchomp, but he still has like 4 Pokemon that could outspeed me: Tapu Koko, Hawlucha, Lycanroc, and Selgor. But Diancie can take hits from pretty much all of those, except for maybe a Tapu Koko or Selgor with like Energy Ball. So, but I'm not too worried because I don't think he will bring a Selgor. Mega Diancie will most likely be my lead, so my plan is just to Mega Evolve and Protect if I have a bad matchup. Maybe bait in the Mega Aggron, and I'm gonna Protect by the way just to have my Magic Bounce, so that I later can switch safely in on stuff like Cresselia if I'm predicting him to go for a Toxic, or against one of his hazard setters. I can just bounce back those Stealth Rocks, but the plan is to bait in the Mega Aggron, and then next turn switch into my Seismitoad, which is my main answer for the Mega Aggron. Rocky Helmet, Earth Power, Scald, Stealth Rock, Refresh. His Mega Aggron will probably try to Heavy Slam my Mega Diancie. If I switch into Seismitoad, that will only do like 20 to 25% because I'm so physically defensive. Then I will get a little bit of Rocky Helmet chip, and then the turn after I can get pretty much 3 rocks because Mega Aggron can't really do anything against my Seismitoad. He might try to Toxic me, but that is why I'm running Refresh. Earth Power and Scald can still do pretty good damage to the Mega Aggron. His team is mostly physical attackers, so nothing really appreciates a Scald. A Scald Burn. I also have a bit of special attack investment, so I believe I can one-shot Cloyster after rocks. Yes, that is Seismitoad. Next up we have Starmie. This is my main switch into his Cresselia because Cresselia can't really do anything against me. I resist his Psychic. I have the natural cure ability, so if he tries to Toxic me, I can just get rid of that Toxic when I switch out. I also have Toxic myself to wear down that Cresselia and anything else that might want to switch in. Scald. I'm running that for the same reason as I'm running Scald on Seismitoad. As I already explained, his team is pretty weak to Scald burns. This is my only hazard remover this week, even though he has so many hazard setters. It has Rapid Spin, and I didn't really want to bring any defoggers because that will also get rid of my own hazards. And Stealth Rocks are so important this match that I just want to keep them on his side of the field for the entire game. Or I will at least try my best to do that. And then I of course have Recover and Leftovers to get some recovery. Be able to switch in multiple times on Cresselia and other mons. Then we have Rotom Heat. Rotom Heat is a Fire Electric type, which means that it resists both of Tapu Koko's stab attacks. And then I can switch in on that, outspeed it with the Choice Scarf, and then click Overheat, deal a lot of damage, maybe even kill if I have gotten some chip damage on it already. With the amount of speed I'm running and the Choice Scarf, I outspeed everything on his team, including a modest Venomoth after the Quiver Dance. But if he is timid, he does outspeed me. So the moves I will click most of the time will be just Overheat and Volt Switch. And his ground type is the Guard Chomp, so which is 4 times weak to Ice. So if I'm predicting him to switch that in on my Volt Switch, I can maybe Hidden Power Ice him instead and just deal a lot of damage to that Guard Chomp. And then last move I'm running Trick, which could be useful if I don't want to be locked into anything anymore, or if I'm predicting his Cresselia to switch in, because Cresselia is pretty much useless if it holds a Choice Scarf. Rotom Heat can also switch very well in against Mega Aggron as long as he's not running Stone Edge or another Rock type move. But yes, next mon is Tangrowth. Max HP, max special defense, grass type, which means it resists electric. Another very good switch into his Tapu Koko. I know I'm running a lot of, or bringing a lot of Tapu Koko answers, but I need to do that because that's just a scary, really scary mon. Moves I have Earthquake, Knockoff, Sleep Powder, and Leech Seed. Actually, no Grass Stab because I don't really feel like I need it. Tangrowth's main job is to take hits from the Tapu Koko and get the health back by switching out and Regenerator. So that's why I have Earthquake to hit the Tapu Koko and maybe the Incineroar that might want to try to switch in, or Mega Aggron for example. Then I have Knockoff as my other attacking move, which doesn't really do that much damage to anything, but it can be very useful to get rid of some leftovers on Cresselia for example, or any other item on all of his Pokemon. Would be very useful. Sleep Powder is there to put something to sleep. His grass type is Trevenant, which I don't think he will bring, so that's the only mon that would be immune to Sleep Powder. So it doesn't really have a good switch in, except for Tapu Koko, which does have Electric Terrain, which stops my Sleep Powder. But I don't think he would switch the Tapu Koko in on my Tangrowth anyways. And then last move I have Leech Seed, which is there just to be annoying and very useful against his bulky mons like Mega Aggron and Cresselia. That's Tangrowth. And for the last Pokemon I brought Uxie. Originally I had a Agility Lucario on the team, but I looked at my team and didn't really see any good answers to Hawlucha so that's why I replaced Lucario with this Uxie. Psychic, Toxic, Knockoff, and Stealth Rock. A lot of HP and physically and defense investment, which allows me to take hits from the Hawlucha very well. And then I can deal a lot of damage, or maybe even one-shot him back with Psychic. I also have some special defense investment, which lets me take hits better from Tapu Koko. Also a bit of speed, which I think lets me outspeed Adamant unboosted Cloyster with max speed. And Psychic will still do a lot of damage to the Cloyster, even though Uxie is very weak, because Cloyster's special defense is just so low. Psychic is pretty much there just for the Hawlucha and the Cloyster, and maybe Venomoth. And I also have Toxic, which again very useful against Cresselia, because Toxic is pretty much my only good way to deal with his Cresselia. Knockoff, I'm bringing for the same reason I brought Knockoff on Tangrowth, just get rid of some leftovers or life orbs on something. And last move, Stealth Rock. I know I have another Stealth Rocker in Seismitoad, but rocks are just so important that I think it will actually be good to bring 2 Stealth Rockers. Yeah, that's the team. I'm feeling pretty confident. The 6 mons that I am predicting him to bring are probably Tapu Koko, Hawlucha, Cresselia, Mega Aggron, Cloyster, and for the last mon I'm gonna say either Venomoth or Garchomp. Yes, again, go check out my opponent's YouTube channel. Link is in the description. Week 1 battle will be uploaded tomorrow, so be sure to come back to the channel tomorrow. But until next time, goodbye.